Witam from BA. This is a Rorschach Poland update from the 29th of January 2026. A quick summary of what's going down in Poland. Let's start off this episode with national security. On Monday the 26th, the General Staff of the Polish Armed Forces said they secured 60 kilometers, about 37 miles, of Poland's eastern border with Russia and Belarus in 2025 under the Eastern Shield program, Poland's military initiative to strengthen and secure its eastern border. The military plans to secure 200 kilometers, 124 miles more in 2026. The project includes anti-tank barriers, concrete obstacles, barbed wire, reconnaissance and counter-drone systems, and upgrades to supply facilities. They are also using natural defenses like forests and wetlands, having acquired 38 key properties so far and planning 150 more. The army is working with the Environment Ministry to restore peat bogs and wetlands as natural barriers. To know more about this story, check out the link in the show notes. On Wednesday the 28th, the Senate approved changes to the law on the National Council of the Judiciary, or KRS, and related election rules. All judges will now elect 15 KRS members directly in secret votes instead of the Sejm, the lower house of parliament, choosing them. The bill now goes to President Karol Nawrocki for signing. Waldemar Żurek, the justice minister, said the law will restore public trust in the courts. The reform reduces political influence and ensures judges from all types of courts are represented. Judges with at least 10 years of experience can run, and all judges can vote. Speaking of justice, on Monday the 26th, the Interior Ministry began procedures to fire a Special Protection Service officer who attacked his family while off duty and killed his 4-year-old daughter. The ministry immediately suspended him and ordered a full review of his career, including his medical and psychological records. He had served for 23 years and passed his most recent exams in October 2025. Doctors are treating the injured family members at a hospital in Słupsk in northern Poland and providing them with psychological support. 2 relatives have already been discharged in stable condition. Police are investigating the case under a prosecutor's supervision. Also on Monday the 26th, the Ministry of Justice said it will toughen penalties for repeat drivers who commit serious road offenses. The Minister of Justice said that poor coordination between authorities often makes courts treat multiple offenses as just one, resulting in lighter penalties. He said repeat offenders should face stricter measures like car confiscation and prison time. The ministry also plans to improve coordination among prosecutors, involve them more in court hearings, and make sure they check offenders' full records before sentencing. Dariusz Korneluk, the national prosecutor, added that all cases involving a single offender should be handled by a single prosecutor so courts can hand down sentences that truly reflect the risk they pose to public safety. Going back to national security for a minute, on Wednesday the 28th, Poland temporarily blocked civilian flights over part of its northeast after some unidentified objects came in from Belarus. The military tracked the objects but isn't sure what they were and thinks they were probably harmless balloons. The restrictions were just a precaution and only affected civilian planes. The military sees this as part of ongoing tensions along the eastern border and is keeping a close watch. Switching gears to foreign affairs. On Monday the 26th, Poland and Saudi Arabia agreed in Warsaw to set up a coordination council that will create teams to help the two countries develop their cooperation. Faisal bin Farhan Al Saud, the Saudi foreign minister, met with Radosław Sikorski, his Polish counterpart and deputy PM. They talked about the conflicts in the Middle East, including the Israel-Palestinian war, rebuilding Gaza, the ongoing civil war and humanitarian crisis in Yemen, and how to end the war in Ukraine. They also removed visa requirements for diplomatic and official passports and agreed that direct flights between the two countries would make it easier for officials to meet and communicate. Next up, on Wednesday the 28th, major Polish oil and energy company Orlen announced that it will continue giving paper invoices to business customers at its fuel stations at least until the 1st of April 2026 to give companies extra time to get used to the new e-invoice system. From the 1st of February, most fuel stations, including Orlen, were supposed to issue invoices only through the national e-invoice system without paper or PDF copies. Orlen decided to keep giving paper invoices because customers worried that logging into the e-invoice system after every refueling would take too much time. Until the end of this year, businesses can still issue paper invoices up to 10,000 zloty, around $2,200 per month, and use small receipts with tax identification numbers up to 450 zloty, about $100, which won't go in the e-invoice system. There have been more changes, as on Monday the 26th, Stefan Krajewski, the agriculture minister, announced that vets will inspect animal shelters 4 times a year instead of twice to make sure animals get proper care. The move came after reports that a shelter in Bytom, southern Poland, mistreated animals, which caught the public's attention when singer Dorota Rabczewska, known as Doda, spoke out. Shelters like the one in Bytom kept animals in freezing, dirty conditions with little food or medical care, while the shelter boss used the money meant for their care for personal needs. Authorities had ignored allegations against the shelter's owner for 7 years. So far, vets have carried out over 200 surprise inspections, uncovering problems in several shelters. On a charity update, on Sunday the 25th, the Great Orchestra of Christmas Charity, or WOSP, raised over 180 million zloty, over $40 million, by midnight during its 34th annual fundraiser, setting a new early record for donations. The money is said to be used to buy equipment to diagnose and treat children's digestive issues. Jerzy Owsiak, the founder of WOSP, said the total isn't final yet and will probably increase as more donations come in. This year's campaign involved more than 1,600 local teams and about 120,000 volunteers across Poland and 25 other countries. The money will help up to 1.5 million children, marking the first time the fundraiser focused on pediatric digestive health. On the next day, on Monday the 26th, freezing rain hit the Warmian-Masurian region in northern Poland, making roads and sidewalks slippery and dangerous. There were a bunch of accidents, including a 5-car crash, a bus sliding into a ditch, and another bus getting stuck and blocking traffic. Train travel was also disrupted, with PKP Intercity, Poland's main long-distance train operator, cancelling or rerouting several trains because ice hit the overhead lines. Early next week, temperatures could drop to minus 24 degrees Celsius, about minus 11 degrees Fahrenheit. On Wednesday the 28th, journalist Malwina Gadawa wrote in Polish for Money.pl, an online business news portal, about how Polish stores were running more and more promotions to attract customers. She said that nearly half of the increase comes from a price war between the largest low-cost supermarkets, such as Biedronka, Lidl, and Aldi. Gadawa pointed out that the increase in promotions isn't just in grocery stores, but also in electronics shops and home improvement stores. They have become shorter, more frequent, and more visible, while Polish shoppers continue to check deals online before visiting stores, making discounts an essential part of everyday shopping habits. Closing this edition on a sad note, on Monday the 26th, Jadwiga Jacques Stewart, the oldest Polish woman and the last person in the country born before World War I, died at over 113 years old in Łódź in central Poland. She was born on the 15th of July 1912 in Warsaw and spent most of her life in Łódź, though she also lived 30 years in Indianapolis in the US, where she worked in a hospital. She returned to Łódź on her 100th birthday to be near her family. She spoke English, Italian, and German, loved singing, had a sweet tooth, and kept driving until she was 84. Married twice, she spent her last years in a care home. People who knew her remember her as warm, cheerful, and beautiful. And that's it for this week. Thank you for joining us. Do zobaczenia.